Dear students, I, Mr. Vishal Shah, Assistant Professor, Krishna Institute of Pharmacy, Karad, welcome you all to this session on benzene and its derivatives. Now, in last lecture, we have started with the orbital structure of benzene. In that case, we have seen how sigma bonds are formed between carbon-carbon and between carbon and hydrogen atom. So just we will revise and we will start with the how pi bonds are formed. Now you know this picture. In last lecture also we have seen, as all these carbon atoms that are present in the benzene, they are present in the sp2 hybridized state. One hydrogen atom and one carbon atom will form a sigma bond with the axial overlapping. Similarly, this carbon atom forms two sigma bonds with the neighboring carbon atoms. So sigma bond is formed by axial overlapping, that you have to remember, and the bond angle is 120. In this way, that particular orbital structure of benzene in which sigma bonds are formed can be explained. After this, we will see how pi bonds are formed. Now, as we know, benzene is consisting of the three double bonds. These three double bonds are nothing but they are consisting of the one a sigma bond and other one is the pi bond. Each double bond is consisting of one sigma bond and other one is the pi bond. Now we know that the how sigma bonds are formed, as the whatever the carbon atoms that are present in benzene, they are present in the sp2 hybridized state. The 1p orbital that is present in the that particular carbon atom, it is unhybridized, because we know carbon atom is having a tetrahedral geometry in which there is a presence of one s orbital and 3p orbitals. Out of that 3p orbitals, 2 are involved in the sp2 hybridized state. So out of 3, as 2 are engaged, one is remaining in unhybridized position. And so each carbon atom is having such a each unhybridized p orbital, and whatever that this unhybridized p orbital is present, this unhybridized p orbital is present in this way, means it is perpendicular to the plane of sigma bond. Here we can see this is your sigma bond, and whatever these p orbitals are there, they are perpendicular to the plane of sigma bond, and whatever the two lobes that are present in the p orbital are there, one lobe is lying on the above the plane of the sigma bond here as you see, and other one is lying the below the plane of the sigma bonds. So each carbon atom is having a this one unhybridized p orbital. So 6 carbon atoms, they are having a 6 unhybridized p orbitals. So in this way, the whatever these p orbitals are there, these p orbitals are present to the plane of the sigma bond. Now how these pi bonds are formed? These pi bonds are formed by sidewise overlapping of p orbitals. Now, as you see here, the whatever these upper lobes are there, these upper lobes are connected by another ring which is presented in the blue color. So this is nothing but the sidewise overlapping of the orbitals. Instead of axial overlapping, the sidewise overlapping of p orbitals takes place above the plane as well as the below the plane of the sigma bond, which leads into the formation of the pi bonds. So sigma bonds are formed by axial overlapping, while pi bonds are formed by sidewise overlapping of the unhybridized p orbitals. So these sentences are important. So in this way, this particular pi bonds are formed. Also, orbital theory explains another thing, another property about that particular this benzene, that is the pi molecular orbital. What is the meaning of pi orbital? Pi molecular orbital, that we will see in this particular diagram. Now what is the meaning of pi orbital? This spreading of pi electrons in the form of the ring of pi molecular orbital above and below the plane of the carbon atoms is called as the delocalization of the pi electrons. Means whatever the diagram here we have seen, here due to the sidewise overlapping, this particular p orbitals form a ring above the plane of the sigma bond as well as the below. Means whatever this phenomenon is there, this is known as the delocalization of electrons. Here you can say how it is represented. It is represented by the ring above this particular benzene ring and below this benzene ring. So this is known as the delocalization of the electrons. And the whatever the ring is present, that ring is nothing but the pi molecular orbital, and that pi molecular orbital is present on the both sides above the plane as well as the below the plane. This is known as the delocalization of electrons. And these electrons, means why it is represented by the circle, because we know that the whatever these double bonds are there or the pi bonds are there, these pi bonds are continuously circulating because the double bond is continuously changing its position, so that it is represented in the circle where the electrons are moving from one carbon to the other carbon atom. Also this particular figure will explain the how much is the bond length. Already we have seen the carbon single bond that is present, that is having a bond length of 1.40 angstrom unit, and another type of the bond is present in the benzene is carbon and hydrogen. This is having a 1.0 angstrom unit. So this is the normal bond length that is present between the carbon and hydrogen single bond. So this is about the orbital theory of benzene, which explains about the how sigma bonds are formed, how pi bonds are formed, as well as how different pi molecular orbitals are formed. And pi molecular orbitals are nothing but the delocalization of the pi electrons. After this, we will start with the resonance energy of the benzene. Now, what is the meaning of resonance energy? Before that, we have seen what is the resonance. What is the meaning of resonance? If we write two or more structure for a single compound by keeping all the atoms at the fixed position and the only changing the double bonds that are present in the given atom, that is known as the resonance structure. Now, why benzene does not undergo the addition reaction? The reason is resonance energy of benzene. Now, what is the meaning of resonance energy? That we will see over here. The resonance energy of compound is a measure of extra stability. Remember here what? Extra stability of the conjugated system compared to the corresponding number of isolated double bonds. Conjugated system means what? In benzene we know that the whatever double bonds are present, these double bonds are present in alternate fashion, means double bond, single bond, double bond. This is nothing but the conjugated system. If alternate double bond and single bonds are arranged in a given compound, that system is known as the conjugated system. Now, when such a system is there or aromatic compounds are there, they are having extra stability as compared to the different alkenes, and due to which they are more stable, and that's why they does not undergo the addition reaction. Now, how this resonance energy is calculated? Now we are going to see what is the amount of resonance energy and how it is to be calculated. How it is calculated? By comparing it with the corresponding number of isolated double bonds. Now here we will take the one example. Here you can see here there is a presence of cyclohexene where only one double bond is there. Now in this structure of benzene we have seen if we want to convert this double bond into the single bond, we have to carry out the addition of one hydrogen atom. Okay, so here when we added one hydrogen atom, it leads into the formation of a cyclohexane, which is a purely saturated compound. Also here if you see, amount of energy that is eliminated is 28.6 kilocalorie per mole. This is known as the heat of combustion. means when one double bond undergoes heat of combustion study, it will evolve 28.6 kilocalorie per mole. This is the one example. Now also another example we will see in which there is a presence of two double bonds. Now here in last example we have seen only one double bond was there. Here two double bonds are there. So as we know, we will require 2 moles of hydrogen to get converted two double bonds into the single bond. So when this reaction is carried out, it leads into the formation of 55.4 kilocalorie per mole. In earlier case, if you remember, it was 28, and here you can see a 55 means approximately it's a 56, means exact or approximately double as compared to the previous example. Obviously, because in previous example we have seen only one double bond was there, here two double bonds are there. So on the basis of that, we can calculate for this particular hypothetical example, that is the 1,3,5 cyclohexatriene. Triene means three double bonds are there, due to which they are known as the triene. Now here we are not considering this as a benzene, remember. Here we are considering it as a hypothetical 1,3,5 cyclohexatriene. It looks like a similar as compared to the benzene. On the basis of that, what we are expecting for one double bond, it was requiring 28. For two double bonds, approximately 56. So for three double bonds, it should evolve 85.8 kilocalorie per mole. This is hypothetically, or we are expecting. But when practically if you perform the heat of combustion study of benzene, where when this benzene undergo the reaction with 3 moles of the hydrogen, it will be converted into cyclohexane with amount of energy, that is the 49.8 kilocalorie per mole. How much we are expecting? 85 or 86, and we are getting 49.8 kilocalorie mole. So the difference between this is nothing but the resonance energy of benzene, which is approximately 36 kilocalorie per mole. This is known as the extra stability of that particular benzene, which can be easily explained depending upon this particular graph. Here you can see when this single double bond containing compound, when undergo the heat of combustion study, it will be converted into the cyclohexane by evolving 28 kilocalorie per mole, which is also known as the 120. Just here we will focus on the kilocalorie per mole unit. When two double bonds are there, it will come to the cyclohexane by eliminating 55.2 kilocalorie per mole. When hypothetical structure, from this just 28.6 we will get a 85.8 kilocalorie per mole. But actually when benzene undergoes the heat of combustion study, it evolves only 49.8 kilocalorie per mole, but we are expecting 85.8 kilocalorie per mole. So instead of that, we are getting 49.8 kilocalorie per mole. So if we subtract this 49 from this, we will get the 36 kilocalorie per mole. Means benzene keeps 36 kilocalorie per mole amount of energy to itself. It does not evolve, and this is known as the extra stability for that particular benzene. And due to this extra stability of the benzene, that particular compound does not undergo the addition reaction. So it is unreactive. It is unreactive, or you can say it is less reactive as compared to the alkenes. While if we consider the example of alkenes, they readily undergo the addition reaction. And this amount of energy is known as the resonance energy. So resonance energy of benzene is 36 kilocalorie per mole. So this is about the how we are going to calculate this resonance energy, as well as we have seen how orbital theory explains the structure of the benzene. So here we have completed with this point. In next lecture we will see the aromaticity, that is the rules that are used to study the aromaticity.